show, The All-Rounder. I'm your host, Ismail Faraz Abbasi from Radio Pakistan. I'm sorry. Today, we have a very special guest with us. We have Mr. Pirbhu Satyani with us, who is a member, Child Rights Commission, National Commission on the Rights of Child, in fact, a member from Sindh, and he's also member minorities from Sindh. Sir, welcome to our show.
Thank you for inviting.
So we have invited Mr. Pirbhu Satyani in the wake of International Child's Day celebration. So I'll ask Mr. Pirbhu Satyani to kindly enlighten us on the history of this day and as to why this day is celebrated on 20th November.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting. First of all, I would like to, congratulate to all of you and the children of the Pakistan on the Universal Children Day. Basically, if we take the history of this day, that why we celebrate it on 20th November. So, if you know that, there is one of the convention. It is called the National Convention on the Rights of the Child, UNCRC.
Yes.
So that convention was adopted by the General Assembly, UN Human Rights Councils, in 1989 on 20th November. So therefore, to mark this day, each year it is being celebrated globally, and Pakistan also celebrate. Today we had this event in Islamabad, and we had engagement with the children across the country, and where the children, they played the tableaus and their speeches, and then they share their, the issues and the recommendations as well. Yeah.
Okay. Satyani sir, kindly tell our listeners about your portfolio, your job, and the kind of mandate your office has.
Yeah, basically, this is the National Commission on the Rights of the Child, and that commission is a statutory body, and that came into being through Parliamentary Act in 2017, and then the first commission that came into being in 2020. So this is the second commission where I am member. I represent the province of Sindh and the minority children across the country. If we talk about the mandate and the function of this commission, though we are oversighting body and we are not in execution, and our role is to guide the parliament on the policy reforms on affecting the children issues. And also, we can inquire into the child rights violation wherever there is a, the child protection issues, child rights violation. Then the commission has a mandate to take a suo motu action and to summon someone who is involved in the violation and to take actions. So this is another aspect where we, receive the complaint across the country. And apart from this, we are also, one of the mandate is to raise the awareness in the community at the grassroots level, at the provincial level, at the national level, on the child rights, child protection and promotion across the country. But apart from that, we also produce the, the policy briefs, and we generate the data on child protection issues. Last year in 2024, we released the State of Children report, and that report is very much comprehensive, and it gives you the picture that how the children are being affected through different issues. There are so many issues, the out of school, child marriages, child abuse. So this is the one of the aspect where we produce the reports, and we also guide and we give the recommendation to the parliament.
Pirbhu, I'll take advantage of your presence here and the fact that you stated two aspects. He said that he is from Sindh, he's representing Sindh, also he's representing minorities. Something that's very close to my heart, and we tend to read a lot about the child rights abuse in Sindh in particular. I mean, child rights abuse is all across Pakistan, but we get to know so much about Sindh, and especially with regard to minority and with regard to minority girls. We get to hear about forced child marriages. So you belong to a community that suffers. You belong to the Hindu community. So can you please tell us about the situation there in Sindh, the way it is reported in media? Is there a difference between the actual issue on ground, and what kind of issues a minority child, any child, and particularly a girl child faces in Sindh?
See, if you take the Pakistan, Pakistan is the fifth most populous country in the world, and we have 241 million, the population of this country, and where the children, they constitute 47%. It's 112 million children. And again, if we take the percentage of the minority children, then of course the minority population is 3.72, and again the minority children is something about 4 million children. It's a very tiny, the religious minority across the country, and they live everywhere, in this majority in the Sindh province. Hindu is the biggest religious minority, and then we have Christian and Sikh and Parsis and the other communities as well. Usually, if we talk about the issues, whatever the children are facing in this country, number of issues. The children are in the labor, millions of children are out of school, and there are, the child marriages incidents are, happening every day. There are, you mentioned about the forced conversion, child abuses, corporal punishment. Of course, all the children, majority of them, they face abuses. But when we talk about the minority children, especially the Hindu community's children and the Christian, they face double discrimination. Because first they are the children, and then second they are
doubly disadvantaged.
Doubly disadvantaged, of course, and they are from the religious minority, of course.
Yes.
Therefore, whatever they learn in the school, sometimes we receive a complaint. Then for the minority children, there is no such separate curriculum, separate subject for their religions, and though Islamiyat is offered to them, because there should be another, for their own religion.
Yes, exactly.
And also there are incidents which we receive the reports from the Sindh province as well as Punjab about the forced conversion and forced marriages. The issue is, in Pakistan, if you see that we do have a good legislation, and the constitution itself guarantees the fundamental rights of all, including the minorities. And even, it prohibits the child labor and bonded labor, and it also talks about the free and compulsory education as well as. But when it comes,
I think till the age of 15, is that right?
Yes, in the labor, yeah.
In the constitution of Pakistan, I mean, a child is supposed to get free and compulsory education till age
till 16, yeah.
16,
yeah. 5 to 16 is a free and compulsory education, yeah. But still we do have, millions of children, they are out of school. So similarly, though we have a Child Marriage Restraint Act in the Sindh province, the age of the marriage is 18 years for both male and female, boys and girls.
And that's for both majority, minority, it's for every child, right?
It's for every child. But apart from it, I should also mention that there we do have a Hindu Marriage Act that also talks about the age of the marriage is 18. Yeah. And only the issue is now the Islamabad, they have also passed the bill where the age is 18.
They did.
The Balochistan last week, and we have age 18.
And I think Sindh was the first one to have this.
The first one, yes, to have this. Yeah.
And then the problem lies in the implementation, does it?
Yeah, that is the question, because now we have good legislation, good laws. Still somewhere, we are trying to harmonize the laws, and we want a uniformity in age everywhere. Still in the KP, the age of marriage is 16 for girls. In Punjab is 16 for girls. So we are trying to lobby with the government. There should be the age 18 years across the country, because most of the cases, of marriages or forced conversion of the Sindh province children happen in the Punjab because they take the advantage of the age. This is the phenomenon. Therefore, we are trying to push to the government that the age of the child marriage should be 18, because it is also mentioned in the UNCRC, which we have ratified. The UNCRC is a
so I would say that I mean, I really feel bad while saying it, that being a woman or being a girl child, we said that children are doubly disadvantaged. I think I would say that a girl child is probably thrice disadvantage.
Yeah.
Being a child, then being a minority child,
Yeah.
and then being a girl minority child.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue. And what has your commission specifically done to curtail this, specifically in Sindh and
Yeah.
across Pakistan?
So basically, we are National Commission and we work everywhere,
Okay.
not only in the Sindh, though I represent the Sindh province. But as you mentioned, when the child who is from minority and she is especially girl, they face a triple discrimination in the country. So that's true. So therefore, we're trying to focus on the marginalized community. And recently, a few months back, we produced one of the study, the issues of minority children
Okay.
in the country. The report is available on our website, and we launch at the provincial level as well as the capital level. So that report, why we had this separate report, because when we were researching for the state of children report, that we found there is a limited data available on the minority. So therefore we need to have a separate study on the subject, and we went to the provinces. We met with the children in the slum areas, like we went to Hyderabad. We met with the children who were engaged with labor in bonded labor. We went to the Koitra. We met with the Isa. We went to the Isa colony. Similarly, we went to the Faisalabad, in the Noshero, in the KP. So we went to the grassroots, and we met with them, and we asked what challenges they are facing, and then they shared whatever they are facing, and they gave the recommendations. So therefore we are trying to whenever it comes to the protection, then of course that who is vulnerable, the minority, and those they live in the rural areas. Of course, for them there is a limited opportunity, whether it's the education, whether it's the health, whether it's the water and sanitation services. These are the lacking in the remote areas. And we also need child protection is not only can be addressed in isolation. Therefore, we need to work with the different stakeholders. And though we are the commission, but at the provincial level, we do have a child protection authority in the Sindh province. We have a child protection bureau in the Punjab, child protection commission in the KP, as well as in Balochistan. So they have a mandate, and they can address their issues as well. But apart from I also mentioned that other stakeholder like education, health, water and sanitation, the other the stakeholder who have a crucial role. So whenever they will play their role, then of course we can address their issues.
So sir, can you list a few of the issues that particular report that you refer to?
Yeah.
Can you list a few from that report? What issues a common child in Pakistan faces?
The first, I think, issue is that is out of a school.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are more than 25 million children are out of school.
Throughout Pakistan, 25 million.
And when we focus on the children, we talk about the girls. Girls are more in terms of the data. And then we do have a child marriage, incident of marriages, most of the incident happened in the Sindh province, in the Punjab, even in the everywhere. So even though we do have a law, but again, the enforcement of the law is limited. So that is another issue. And many of the children, they are in the jails. Again, then
They are in the jails?
Yeah.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah.
So what crimes, have they been taken for?
Yeah, the children, we met with the children in the Balochistan jail, even in the Sindh province. And the children, when we were visiting them, the couple of children, they came to me that, how the commission can help them to take them out from the jail. And then the issue is, the assurance bond, and the amount was just 50,000, 1 lakh. But when I asked from the jailer, in which cases they are in the jails, then he mentioned that, they are few the children snatching and murder, even to, in the streets, they were involved in the crimes. So therefore, they are in the jails. But again, because we believe the children should not be in the jail.
So
they
is
should
there
be in the
some sort of legislation in Pakistan as to what age is actually, liable for a child to be convicted?
I'm not sure, but I think it's up to, the 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Pakistans. But, whenever we have children, they are involved in the crimes. we should not send them to the jails. They should be in the the rehabilitation center.
centers.
Yeah. So, but we have a limited rehabilitation center, and the majority of the children are in jail. And we do have a law, the JJSA. Maybe you heard about it,
Yes.
Juvenile Justice.
True.
The
We have that.
act. So that law is there, but the rules are lacking, and the commission is pushing that there should be rules everywhere, even in the Sindh province, in Balochistan, in the Punjab as well. Yeah.
So I feel really, disturbed with the fact that when I look at the issues of the children across the globe, they're quite different from the issues that we have. They're talking about inclusivity. They're talking about children not being scolded, even not being, punished in their schools and their madrasas and all. And here we in Pakistan, we are still talking about them being out of the school, them being in jail. So that's really sad. But if I talk about your job and if I talk about your commission, do you actually think that the kind of efforts that have been put up by your commission are paying some sort of dividends?
The issue, as I mentioned, is huge, and it cannot be addressed in isolation. Whatever the role of the commission is, that we are doing our best, and we are only few, the staff members, like 5 members and 1 chairperson, and then we have secretary staff. We do not have a provincial offices. But, I mentioned that our role is oversighting and to advise the government on the child protection, child rights issues. The issue is, even I mentioned that we do have a good legislation, but still the issues are there. So I think we need to work at the community level on the behavioral change, attitudinal change, because it's a mindset. And the majority of the people, they are even illiterate and they are in the poverty. Why they send their children to the labor rather to send to the schools? Because they cannot survive whatever they receive or earn income. So that's one aspect. And the second is, the education system at the grassroots level. So there are multiple issues. And sometimes the children complain about the corporal punishment. Sometimes, the girls, they mention there is no female teacher. So there is a limited, the female staff in the education system. And the children, the recent survey that we have received in 4 provinces, the majority of the children, they are not in the labor, not in the schools. Even I can mention, whenever I was working on the child rights, maybe back in 15 years back in 2007-8, on that time we found that 48% in Sindh province, their children, they were idle. They were not in the school, not in the labor. And the child labor on that time, there was 32%. We had a, child labor survey in 4 districts, in Tharpar, Umarkot, Dadu and Jamshoro. And we found those children, they are not in the school, are not in the labor. What they do? They are just, roaming here and there in the villages, and there is no such facility.
The problem must have been that their parents do not know the value of education, or they cannot afford to send their student or their kids to school. Is that the issue?
Multiple issues. First, they do not know the importance about the education, as well as, they think there are no jobs if they go to the school. Rather to send to the school, they should be somewhere, can earn a skill where they can earn a money. And the majority of the the parents, they have the population is also another issue, which I should mention, that, parents have 7, 8, 10 children, and they do not remember even their names.
Yeah, I agree. I think most of the issues stem from overpopulation. Mr. Nisar Ahmed has joined us, and he says that child rights are human rights. We totally agree, Nisar Saab. Child rights are human rights. And Mr. Pirbhu, I would also like you to share some sort of success story, some sort of results that have been produced. Tell us, have we moved any have we taken any steps in the right direction that have actually bore some sort of fruit under the commission that you work for?
I think the good thing is recently that we have a good legislation, and we have a Child Marriage Restraint Act where the age is 18 in Islamabad, in the Balochistan, and we are trying to have this same legislation in the KP and the Punjab as well. And apart from this, we received the some of the issues of child domestic labor. The case of the Rizwana was very much famous, and how she was abused, and because of this, and there was another case of Fatima Fariro in the Khairpur in the Sindh province, where the girl was the murdered. So we realized that there should be a legislation, and we had a consultation throughout Pakistan, and finally we submitted one of the draft bill to the Ministry of Human Rights that is under review. And if this the amendments are being passed, then of course it can give you a legal protection to those children who are in the child domestic labor. Otherwise, they compromise out of the court settlement. These are the current issues. But this bill is still in pending, and the another issue is the birth registration, because in this country, Pakistan is on the lowest number. There is only 42% the children have a birth registration, and the commission is trying its best, because once
you need some data.
Of course, we need a data, and if we have data, then we can have a good planning that how we can address their issues.
Exactly.
So there are steering committees are being formulated in all 4 provinces, and the Punjab government, that last time they announced that this is the year of the birth registration, and they similarly in the Sindh province they raised the the age of the registration from 90 days to 2 years.
Yes.
And they waived off the fees. And now they are trying to simplify the process. That process was itself is a complicated. Those they live in the rural areas, for them it is very difficult to go again and again office to get the birth certificate. But now we are working with the NADRA and with the the provincial office, with the health department and other stakeholders, that we need to raise this birth registration across the country. So these are the couple of the steps that they are being taken in the last the year, and we have received a good success, but we are still trying. There are so many issues, and we need to work on that.
Okay. As the theme goes for this year as My Day, My Rights, can you tell us that do you have children on board in the commission as well?
Yeah, that's a good thing. We do have 2 children.
Okay.
We are 5 members and 2 children, 1 girl and 1 boy.
What are their ages?
Basically, government, they select, because we can't do it. We are also being selected by the government. So the age usually it is 15, 16 years old.
Teenagers?
Yeah, teenagers.
So when you say child and you work for child protection, what is the age bracket that actually you look for?
I think there is no argument. The universal age is 18 years. That is also in the UNCRC. That is also across the in the various countries, even in the Pakistan too, because we cannot have an NIC before the age of 18. We cannot drive the car before the age of 18. So it is considered as 18 years age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we talk about issues so far, what I've gathered is that we are talking about those who do not even get to have an opportunity to study in school, for that matter. So that is an issue. Also, child labor. Again, these are mostly those kids, those who do not get an opportunity to go to a school. We're talking about domestic, abuse of, young boys and girls, especially young girls who are taken as house help, and then, they have been tortured, and we have so many examples. What issues do those kids face who actually get to have an opportunity to go to school? But when we talk about kids, we're not only talking about poor kids, kids and children in general. I mean, children who generally belong to prosperous families, who go to good schools. Do you have something to do with them as well?
Yeah, we do with them because now we are living in the digital age. So the children, those they are from the elite families, they are in the good schools. They face number of challenges,
Yes.
and they are also part of our. We have one of the child advisory panel, and where we have children from all of walk of life. From the rich family, from the poor family, from the transgender, from the minorities.
Okay.
So they share their the issues, and also they give us the recommendation. Recently, a few months back, we had a digital safety, the training for those childrens,
Okay.
particularly in Islamabad. And the children, those they are in the elite schools here, they face a number of issues. So we also work for their right as well. And the children should be aware that how to use this, the gadget, whatever it is
Yes.
in their hand.
Yes.
So otherwise, it is very much open. Yeah.
So, is there some sort of legislation with regard to child pornography and stuff that happens with kid? For example, child bullying online, because kids tend to have gadgets at the age of 10, 11. Even some get them before this as well. And you probably have heard that in Australia and a few other countries, mobile phones are being, or social media especially, banned till the age of 16. Are you thinking, is the commission thinking on these lines as well?
Yeah, we are thinking, and I think we should have a somehow control and legislation on this, because otherwise the children are vulnerable. And we have also produced one of the guide for the parents, that how they can teach to their children how to use the devices, that they are in their hands.
Is that
So for them it is
is that
necessary.
guide published?
Yes, it is published.
Okay.
Yes, we published with support of UNICEF, and even the Telenor is our partner.
Okay.
Yeah, so that guide is available for everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So, as you come from a minority background yourself, if I want you to reflect on something pretty subjective, when you were living as a child in Sindh, as a child, what discrimination you think you felt, or what were your rights, few of your rights that you think were snubbed at that point?
I think, when I was born and raised in Tharparkar,
Okay.
and where the Hindus are in the majority, so I could not, have a different experience, and there was no such discrimination in my
Yes.
own hometown.
Yes.
But when I used to travel to the other provinces, like in Punjab, I worked in Punjab, and I traveled across the country. And there I found that, whenever I introduce myself, my name is Pirbhu, and then their question is, are you from India?
Yeah.
Then I said, I am from India. I am from Sindh province. I am an original resident of this
Resident of
country.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
This part.
So this kind of, the attitude, maybe the people, those they are in the other regions, they are unaware about that Pakistan is very diverse country, and we have the minority, majority from different religion people live here. So might be that was the issue. But apart from, the issues that we face, these are the common issues, I don't know. There are so many
Yes.
things
Yes.
that.
So
Yeah.
is the commission working on working in collaboration with the curriculum development in Pakistan with some sort of educational organizations, or you have suggested something to Pakistan government or Ministry of Education for that matter, as to include certain topics, certain lessons on certain religious, affiliations. For example, if we have a class and we end up having a Christian student in a class, how one should deal with the subjects that are only for Muslims for that matter, or there are topics that only deal with Islamic version of something, how Hindu students are to be dealt with. Is there some sort of negotiation, some sort of understanding that is being formed?
Yeah, you are right. Basically, we are, in coordination with all of the stakeholders, even the education department, the police, and I can remember, we received because we have a complaint department within the commission, and we received the number of complaints from the minority students. And then we approached to the National Curriculum Council, and the good thing is, they have produced the model books for different religion, for the Hindus, for the Christian, for the Sikh,
जी.
different religion. They produce these books. These books are available,
Okay.
but the issue is these books are not printed yet.
Okay.
Therefore, the children, they still face this kind of issue. But we are trying to again coordinate with these stakeholders, and we wrote to the provincial authorities, provincial department, and now we are trying to work with the police department as well, because the police training and police curriculum, we are trying to include the child rights and human rights in their curriculum.
Okay.
The police should know most of the cases whenever there is any, the protection issues, the community direct approach to the police.
Okay.
And the police should be sensitized and well aware about their rights. If they are not aware, and they should be updated about the recent legislation as well. So we are trying to, produce a module for them, and then it will be, replicated across the country. So that is underway. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Pirbhu, we are heading towards the conclusion of our program. I would like you to address our audiences directly, both the kids, the children who are watching, who will watch the show, and their parents, or people who are concerned about children's safety, children's rights. Tell them about the mandates of your commission, how you guys can be reached if there is a violation of children right, how children can directly reach out to you to share some complaint. Do you have some sort of process through which you guys fight for their cause? Do you provide them lawyers, stuff like that?
Yeah. So our commission, we have a website where the information is available.
Okay.
And the National Commission on the Rights of the Child. And we do have a complaint department, and where you can find the complaint number, and you can reach us directly to me or my complaint department. You can WhatsApp us, you can write us, you can email us anytime, and we will be available. Our team will contact you directly.
From anywhere in the country?
From anywhere the country, yeah.
Okay.
And even apart from that, there is a lot of stuff is available about the child rights, and I would request everyone to go through it. And there are some policy recommendations, and those who are the children, they can explore. And even those, the duty barriers, the children are right holder, the duty barriers, whether they are the teachers, whether they are policy makers, they can also write to us.
Yes.
Can seek our support, and we can provide our
because
technical
not
support.
when we talk about children
Yeah.
and the abuses children face, if we talk about people who are not going to schools, or child labor stuff, and
Yeah.
youngsters who are abused at homes, they do not have enough knowledge or enough access to
Yeah.
write to you. Then the people who care about them can access to you. But if someone, a 10-year, 11-year, a 12-year girl or a boy wants to approach you, somebody who is probably suffering on the street, for some sort of help,
Yeah.
how should they reach?
They should write to us directly. Every day we receive a number of complaints.
Okay.
And different nature of complaints.
And how do
Even
you
the
guys
children.
respond to those complaints?
We receive the complaints, and our team, they verify the complaint, and once it is validated that it's true, and it's not fake. Sometimes there are fake complaints
True,
as well.
obviously.
So then we speak to the party complainant, and then they any other, whether it's police related, education related, school related, then we write to them. And then we said, we have received this complaint, this is the violations, how you can respond. We give them chance.
Okay.
And whenever we receive their response within 2 weeks, and we share with the complainant. And if the complainant is satisfied,
okay,
then it's okay. If he's not satisfied, then we call them, and we have hearings. in the provinces as well as in the Islamabad.
So National
So-
Commission has on child rights has the mandate to call upon different different officers
Different
or
officers, yeah. We can call to the police, and we can call to even the provincial child protection authorities,
Okay.
education departments. They come with their
I mean,
progress support. Yeah,
if something is happening in the schools, you'll call upon the educational authorities.
of course, yeah.
And if some sort of thing happens that comes under the domain of police, you
Yeah.
call them to your hearing, and you try to make sure that they respond.
Yeah, of course, yeah, that we do every day. Yeah, sometimes they said that police do not file our FIR, so we directly contact to the police that what's the problem, why you don't file
Register
the
an
FIR,
FIR.
register FIRs. Then they, of course, there is because we have a good liaising with the police, and we have good liaising with the IG, and there is a focal person from each province, from the IG office and from the child protection authorities. So on the day-to-day basis, we send them letters and they respond us. Most of the cases are being resolved. If they are not being resolved, then we go to the provinces and we meet with them directly. And in some of the cases, we also go to the field areas, and we do effect finding.
Great.
So this is our procedure. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much for such an enlightening discussion. I got to learn so much, and I hope our listeners and audiences also got some ideas about child rights and how they can be of help. If you have any message for the children out there, the floor is yours. Please talk to them directly if you have anything to say.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think today is the Universal Children Day, so I would, like to say that celebrate it, enjoy it, and also share with those they are not in reach, and those children maybe they have a limited opportunities, and you can even support to us, and you also need to care yourself and care your parents, and parents have their responsibilities to give you rights. So I would again say happy Universal Children Day to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pirbhu. I also have something similar to say, but I will only address the parents rather than the kids, because we give birth to the children. They do not come into this world on their own. And when we give them the birth, they deserve the due diligence. They deserve every response in the book. There is no shying away. If you think that you're bringing a life into the world, then there is no shying away. Even if you have to run all the way, you have to run, because this was your decision to bring a life into the world. There are no excuses for parents. Being a parent, there is no excuse. You have to feed them, you have to provide them with shelter, you have to provide them with education, and all of it needs to be of absolute quality, because it is us, we the adults, who bring these lives into the world, and we need to take care for the kids out there. We need to take care for their physical needs, we need to take care for their emotional needs, and we need to take care for their psychological needs. That's it from the show, The All-Rounder. Thank you so much, sir, for coming and for enlightening us. Khuda Hafiz. Take care. Bye bye.